You would think that using a condom is a simple matter, but is it? Condoms are meant to give us 98% protection, both from pregnancies and from STIs, sexually transmitted infections, but only if they are used correctly. However, a lot of people make mistakes when putting on a condom, when using it, and even when removing it, which means that the effectiveness of the condoms falls considerably. So, what are these mistakes and how to avoid them? Keep watching to learn more. My name is Helena Nista and I make videos that help you have the best sex of your life. So make sure to browse my channel to find even more powerful, exciting and fun videos. Okay, so first of all, what are the most common mistakes people make when using condoms? They don't check for damage or they don't check for the expiry date. There is actually an expiry date on the condom itself, on the package, on the wrapping. So make sure to always have a look because condoms expire. A lot of people don't wear the right size of the condom. And the problem here is that if you're wearing a condom that is too large for you, it might actually slip off during intercourse. And if you're wearing a condom that is too small, it might be uncomfortable for you, but it might also break. Like the chances of it breaking will be higher when it's actually too small. People tend to expose the condom to sharp objects which can actually break it. So, that can be teeth if you're opening the packet with your teeth, that can be sharp nails, or it can be some rings or jewelry. In some cases, people don't leave enough space at the tip of the condom. So there's a special kind of area there at the tip which is meant to remain empty because that's the space for semen. So if you don't leave enough room there at the tip of the condom, then the semen hasn't got any room to go, and that can actually cause the breakage as well. Another error is to unroll the condom before actually putting it on, which you're not supposed to do. You are meant to unroll the condom as you're putting it on your member, on your penis, and not before. Another issue is not unrolling the condom all the way down. So that can happen if you're in a hurry, if you're kind of just wanna get over with it quickly, or with the putting on the condom, not with the sex. So what can happen is that instead of unrolling the condom all the way down, you will only kind of unroll it halfway through, for example. Another big issue and a big mistake is not putting on a condom until about halfway through the intercourse, or removing it before the intercourse is over. Well, what you need to remember is that bodily fluids are exchanged between your bodies throughout penetration, throughout the intercourse, not only during the moment of ejaculation. But hopefully you did keep that condom all the way throughout the penetration, all the way until after you ejaculated. And then the problem can be actually waiting too long before removing the condom, which can cause spillage. Some men decide to be extra careful and they put on 2 condoms instead of 1. That is actually a problem as well and a mistake because these condoms will rub against each other, there will be friction, and that can also lead to breakage. Not using any lubricant can also be a problem because of that friction, which can lead to the condom breaking. Or alternatively, using a wrong kind of lubricant. Some people decide to reuse the same condom, so they decide to use it more than once, where that's a mistake as well. Condoms are not reusable. Always reach for a new condom when you are reapplying the condom on yourself. Also, storing condoms incorrectly can lead to problems with them and them breaking or causing issues. And that particularly applies to people who keep condoms for prolonged periods of time in their pockets or in their wallets or similar places. And now onto the more practical part of this video presentation. We are actually going to go through the procedure and all the tips and advice on how to actually use a condom properly so that you can get that 98% effectiveness from your use. First of all, make sure to find the right fit. It is okay to shop around. It is okay to try different ones. It is okay to speak to your pharmacist to see what they recommend in terms of different sizes, but also in terms of different textures and different types of thickness, and different other attributes, to find what actually will work best for you in terms of not only the size, but also how well it fits and feels. Before each use, make sure to check that expiry date, make sure that they are good and in a good working condition. Check the packet itself to see if it hasn't been damaged, because if the packet is damaged, then probably the condom inside is damaged as well. So just do a quick inspection, check the expiry date before you use the condom. Do not open the package with your teeth. Be careful. I know you're in a hurry, like I get it, I totally get it, but it's not worth the hassle of actually potentially breaking the condom and having to reach for a new one for the next one, or actually figuring out afterwards that the condom broke because your sharp, lovely teeth damaged it. Or similar thing with nails, you know, like make sure that, you know, when you're navigating the condom itself, you don't damage it or break it with your nails. Simply use your fingers to open the package, do it carefully, remove the condom, and you can get rid of the the packet. The next important thing to do is to figure out which way up the condom is. So I'm having a look here and I can see that the tip is here and that the condom will unroll this way. You know, so trying to unroll the condom the other way around is gonna be an issue. You're gonna struggle with that and it's just not gonna be correct. So this is something very, very important here. Make sure that you know which way you're supposed to unroll the condom. If you're in doubt, just have a good look at it and you'll see which way it is actually wrapped. I have already talked before about the tip of the condom. This is an important part here to remember about. This area here is for the semen to go into. So what you want to do, you want to make sure that there is first of all that the space is left empty, that your penis is below it, but you also want to make sure that there's no air left in that tip of the condom. So you want to squeeze it, you want to hold it when applying the condom, when putting it on. You actually want to hold that little compartment between your fingers, squeezing all the air out of it, and only then you can start unrolling the condom. So if this is your member, you can hold your your tip of the condom while applying and unrolling the condom itself. It's also really important that you only apply the condom, only put it on when you're actually having a full erection and not before. If you apply the condom onto a soft or semi-erect penis, it might actually still move and slip and not work correctly. And make sure to unroll that condom all the way down your shaft so that you can't unroll it anymore. This is important. Don't be in a rush with this. Take your time, make sure that your condom is applied correctly. Let's talk about the timing, because this is another big part of this conversation and this instructional video. Make sure to put the condom on right before the penetration, so not halfway through, not after you've already been sort of stimulating her lovely pussy with your penis. That is dangerous when it comes to pregnancies and STIs. And keep it on all the way through your ejaculation. Don't remove it halfway through. Don't just leave it there, and make sure to remove it right after the ejaculation. As your penis is getting softer, there might be, the semen might actually leak out and it might still get somewhere near the body or the vagina of your partner, which can cause a problem. So first of all, you will want to hold the base of the condom, like keeping the condom in place as you're removing yourself from your partner. And next, make sure to sort of point your penis downward and then remove, kind of slip off the condom off yourself. At this point, it's a good idea to kind of tie it off and then dispose of it, throw it out into the bin or wherever you dispose of your used condoms. I would also highly recommend that you use a lubricant. As I mentioned before, not using a lubricant is actually an error and can cause an issue with the condom breaking. So, when you're getting condoms, make sure to also get some compatible lube, some water-based lube, or if you're getting latex-free condoms, you can also get an oil-based lube. I also want to acknowledge here that it is not an easy thing to navigate a condom while you're also trying to keep your erection going, while you're also navigating your partner and her body and her desires and what she wants to happen in the moment. So that's like a lot to think about and a lot to deal with in the moment while you're also fiddling with the condom. So an ideal situation would be if you can do it all without actually thinking about it. If you don't have to think about all the different steps, while using the condom, while putting it on and then using it, because you know exactly what needs to happen, what you need to do, etc. And the best way to develop this kind of ability to put on a condom without even thinking about it and to do it all correctly is to actually practice masturbating with a condom. So getting yourself aroused and hard, and then pulling out the condom, opening it, finding the right way that it needs to go, applying it correctly, using the lubricant, and doing all the things, like doing all the steps, but when you are alone. And there isn't as much to navigate in terms of you being there with your lovely partner. So make sure to practice. And if you struggle with losing your erection during the process of putting on the condom or while using the condom, then I think you would really enjoy this video.